On this week's Sino, it's sequels! Like most of them, really. Remind me to actually start looking for animes that have similarities in the future. So this time we have How to Not Summon a Demon Lord Omega and Zombieland Saga Revenge. Both are continuations to the shows which I actually quite liked, albeit for different reasons, and because of that I don't have much to say about them. How to Not Summon a Demon Lord Omega continues the story of Diablo, an isekai shut-in that is forced to play the role of a demon lord, even though he's not a demon lord, but with the amount of power he has, he might as well be one, as he finds a high priest girl in the woods and agrees to go help her fight a giant church conspiracy, and that's about it, really. The best way to summarize this season is to simply say it's more of how to not summon a demon lord. I know, very unexpected, but that's just how these things work. I liked how the show actually shows that Diablo did have an influence on the world, which makes his summoning even more logical in context. I like that the show still knows how to juggle lighthearted and heavy themes. I like the design of new harem members Diablo kinda gets, and ultimately the comedy of the show was about on par with the previous season. It should be noted, however, that the show isn't without faults. The graphical quality downgraded, and many of the old characters' personality was a bit streamlined. Not to say that the first season had Shakespearean levels of tragedy to them, and the new characters do need time to be established, but it was still a bit disappointing. But that's about it. Slightly generic, but if you like the first season, you'll probably like this one as well. And speaking of that, Zombieland Saga Revenge is a show about zombie idols trying their hardest to become popular in the modern Japanese entertainment scene. The show about them struggling from the ground up begins on an innovative, never-seen-before twist of them fucking up between seasons and having to effectively start all over again. There's not leaving your comfort zone, and then there's walling off your comfort zone with pillows and declaring it an independent nation. But though the premise of the continuation is as generic as it gets for these idol shows, I can't exactly say I was disappointed, or even didn't like the show in general. Unfortunately, now that I'm actually thinking about the show somewhat critically, I can't exactly easily explain why did I like the show either. Like Diablo, Revenge of the Saga is pretty much more of the same. It's a story about this zombie idol group doing their best to both become popular and entertain people. The graphics and even the music have pretty much stayed exactly how they were in the first season. The story did progress and turned into this regionalist thing about Saga. The main characters are still themselves. The show did try to explore more of their personalities and show that though they've pretty much came to terms with their current situation, it still haunts them. I guess the biggest reason why I enjoyed the anime immensely was that the main characters are very... what's the word? Endearing. And for an idol anime where the heroes have to have something for the fans to latch on to, an affectionate personality that can inspire or cheer people up is very important for the longevity of the series. And even though at the end of the day there wasn't anything new in the show, I'd argue that it did all it needed to do, including a good premise for the next season. And that's about it, really. Here's to never seeing these animes again on this series due to 2 seasons per title rule.